What's up, everyone? Mr. NoobTube Gamer. Today we're playing Battlefield Vietnam in 2024, 20 years later. And despite Battlefield 2 being called Battlefield 2, this game was actually the second Battlefield game after Battlefield 1942 in 2002. And it was about 10 years ago that this game's servers were officially shut down by EA, but since then the community has restored online functionality and you can play this game online in 2024. I'm not going to say it's a vibrant community. I would actually say of all the Battlefield games, this game has probably the least populated amount of players. Like, even when you're talking about the really old games that came out around the same time, like Battlefield 1942, Battlefield 2, I can get into games most times of the day, like almost every day in those games, but in Vietnam, it has to be like a community event organized through a Discord server that I will link in the description. It's called Hello Games, and they are an amazing group of people that if you have any problems like getting the game going, because you do have to install a bunch of shit and all that, like, they will help you. They will take time out of their day to help you and make sure you can get this game going in 2024. And they're just awesome guys over there. So definitely check out that Discord server. They also do Battlefield 1942, the base game, and also the Desert Combat mod, which I plan on making a video about actually. And they also play the Star Wars mod for Battlefield 1942. So yeah, plenty of reasons to join that server and check it out. And let them know that I sent you. They usually play Vietnam every other weekend, something like that. They organize events because, like I said, there aren't really a whole lot of people that are interested in playing this game consistently. I'm trying to change that by making this video because I think it is awesome. I think this game is one of the best Battlefield games ever made. Obviously, like, look at the gameplay. It's not going to be as flashy and technologically impressive as what you may be used to with more recent games, like I'd say from Battlefield 3 onward. Those games are all about presentation, visuals, and just looking amazing. This game, for 2004, looks amazing, but it's going to be very outdated, like, if you're trying to play it for the first time. It definitely has not aged as well when we're talking about graphics or gameplay. Battlefield 3 still feels and looks like a game that could be released in 2024, despite coming out 13 years ago. So, don't expect Vietnam to be the same type of experience. There's no destructibility because it wasn't really a thing until Bad Company 1 in 2008. That was like the first game to really have it in the Battlefield series. So you don't have that, and the gameplay is going to feel pretty clunky compared to the more modern releases. And just come into that like knowing that it's not going to be the exact same Battlefield experience that you may be used to, but keep it with an open mind. And I could tell you that I'm someone that has I never played this game back in 2004 because in 2004, I didn't have a gaming PC, and I didn't even know what a Battlefield was. I was in the first grade sucking on apple juice, so yeah, no, I have no nostalgia for this game. The first time I played this game actually was in 2021, or maybe it was 2022. I think my opinion can actually be more appreciated being someone that, my first Battlefield game was actually Bad Company 2, and I didn't really get into Battlefield until Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. That was like the peak of my interest in the series. So yeah, I am a more modern Battlefield fan despite being into it for like 15 years now, but going way back 20 years to this game, my opinion for it is not going to be blinded by nostalgia like a lot of people are with a lot of games that they grew up playing. So yeah, I could still say though, this game has stood the test of time very well. I think, the fundamentals are still there. It has fun gameplay, great map design, and just so much content for you to sink your teeth into from all the weapons in the game. And I love how the different faction that you're in changes the weapon that you have. Like, you have the M16 if you're in the Americans, but you have the AK-47 if you're with the Viet Cong. Like, I just love shit like that. The immersion is there still. Like, great games are always going to be great games no matter how much time has passed. That's how I see it. And it's not that hard to get into it. I just looked up on Google how to download the game. I'm not going to provide any links because it could get me in trouble. It could get the video taken down. I can get taken down for copyright, and it's just not worth dealing with that hassle. And also, if you go on that Discord server I mentioned and ask for a pirated game, they're not going to like that. So don't go and do that. Just Do your own research when it comes to that. Well, actually, I'll tell you guys this. It's a Reddit post from 3 years ago titled, "Is there anywhere I can download Battlefield Vietnam?" And the top comment is from a user named Luca Wolf, who provides a Mediafire link, and that is actually the same exact link that I used to get the game. So it's completely safe. You can trust it, because I have downloaded it myself. And then if you go to Hello Games, they'll give you the links to like the patches and all the custom stuff that you need to actually play the game online and bypass the server shutdown from EA. It's very easy to set up. I'm not a very smart person, so if I can figure it out, then anybody watching this video can as well. If you're a true Battlefield fan, this is one game that you definitely have to experience. It is a very important part of Battlefield history. Was one of the greatest Battlefield games ever made, and was also the first Battlefield game to introduce helicopters, which would end up becoming a very important aspect of the gameplay for Battlefield, is the helicopter versus the tank. You know, the entire dynamic of Battlefield, a lot of it has to do with the helicopter, so this is the first game to introduce that. It's still great 20 years later, so hopefully you guys decide to play this game, and maybe I'll see you guys on the battlefield.